Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sew with Jessica. If it's your first time here, thank you for joining this family. And if you're a returning subby, thank you for always coming back. So, in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys the making of this lovely dress that you can see right here on your screen. It's a really cute, sassy dress that can slap for any type of occasion at all. If it's something you're interested in learning, make sure to keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel yet. Without any further ado, let's dive into the tutorial of today proper.
I have exactly 2.5 yards of this high target fabric here. It's very beautiful. The print complements really well. It also has similar colors to the colors on the fabric that was used in the style inspiration, which made my results look very similar to the style inspiration. So like I said, I have 2.5 yards of fabric here, and this area where the yards are measured is the area that I will be folding. 2 yards is enough, but I didn't mind. I just went ahead to fold everything down. 2 yards was enough to give me what I wanted, the length that I wanted. So this size where the yards are measured, which I just measured for us to see, I'll be folding it down just as in. That's exactly how I'm going to be folding my fabric, and I'm folding it like this because I want this dress to have a cut together pockets. This whole cut together pocket thing that I've been doing is very neat, and I really love it. So after I was done doing that, I've clapped the fabric again. I'll just go over it again. After I fold down your yards into two, you pick from the other end like this, so that way your whole fabric will be folded into four, and then we'll be cutting out both the front and the back piece at once. So I already arranged my fabric, and this is what it looks like. So this is not one of those boo dress that the shoulder line will be cut together, since the fabric is already on fold. This one will be cutting it separately on the shoulder line, and that's because of that design we have there. So the first thing I chalked is my starting line. So I just marked 1.5 inch downwards, and that would be my starting line or the shoulder line. Just make a straight line there. Right on the starting line, I'll take my shoulder measurements, divide it by 2, and mark what it gives me right there. Where the shoulder measurements ends, you're going to place your tape there and mark your sleeve length. How long do you want your sleeve to be? So I'm using 6 inches, and that's because I'm still going to add a plain fabric that will be 2 inches wide. So for now, I'm going to use only 6 inches, which is perfect for me. And that's because I want a short sleeve. Mark from your shoulder line to your bust point. Take that measurement and apply it, and make a straight line across that point. Place back the tape on the starting line and mark from your shoulder to your waistline. Please, we are not taking the under bust line, so make sure you skip the under bust line and take your waistline. Then make a straight line across that point. The next line will be from the shoulder to the hip line. So if you don't know your hip line, the biggest side of your bum is your hip. So just mark a chalk there and then place your tape and take from your shoulder to your hip line. And the last line will be the full length. So just place your tape from the starting point and mark to your full length. So the whole full length I want to use is 38 inches. That is how long I want the whole dress to be. I don't want it to be very long. I want it to be cute. I want the cute length. But I'm marking 36 inches right now. And that's because I'm still going to be attaching a band to the base of the dress that is 2 inches long or wide. And that's going to give me my complete measurement. We'll move on to mark the neckline. So I'm starting off with the front neckline. I'm going to mark the depth of the neckline, how deep I want it to be. I used 7 inches, and that is how deep I want the neckline of mine to be. If you want yours to be deeper, go ahead to use 8, 9, 10. It is perfect. For the neck width, I am using 3.5 inches. So I'll connect these 2 points together in a slanted form, so I have something that looks like a V, because this is a V neckline. The next thing we are going to mark is the back neckline. So I'll place from that starting line downwards. I'll mark 1.5 inch downwards, or 1 inch, and then I'll create a curve from that point to meet the neck width that we already have chalked there. That's going to be for the back neckline. I'll move to the bust point line, and I'll take my round bust measurements, divide it by 4, and mark what it gives me. Now I'm going to mark 2 inches for ease allowance, and then I'll mark 1 inch for sewing allowance. Altogether, that will be 3 inches. 2 inches for ease always gives me this really nice fit that I love. So I'm always using 2 inches, and then 1 inch for sewing allowance. Over to the waistline, take your round waist measurement, divide by 4, and then add your 2 inches for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance, which is 3 inches. Next, we'll move to the hip line. Take your round hip measurement, divided by 4. Add your 3 inches, which is 2 for ease, 1 for sewing allowance. And then take the whole measurement we have on the hip line there, which is 13, and then bring it to the full length of your dress. It's supposed to come down straight from your hip line So we'll start connecting these points together, just as you can see. So for my sleeve opening, I can decide to mark 2 inches above from the bust point line, and that works perfectly for every single person, so long as your shoulder to your bust point measurement is accurate. But I just went ahead and I just marked down a particular measurement. I didn't really mark 2 inches downwards, so I used 8 inches, 9 inches for my sleeve opening, which is perfect for me. So I'll take the measurements of what I have from the starting line to that sleeve opening. I'll make sure that it is also the same measurement I have at that point that I chalked. And the reason is because I want to maintain a really straight line by the time I connect those 2 points together. So now we'll go ahead and blend this armhole line to the bust point line. Just make sure that your lines are not sharp. Just use your free hand to blend that area properly. And the sleeve is looking very short, and that's because I'm still going to attach a band to it that is 2 inches wide. Now, I started to cut, but then I realized that I was forgetting something which is very important, and that is our cut together pocket. So I quickly stopped and I proceeded to do the pocket. So mark from your shoulder to 18 inches. 18 inches works for most measurements, and 18 inches is very close to my waistline. So you might just take from your waist measurement. So now I'm going to mark the opening of the pocket, and I'm using 7 inches. So if you don't want to mark the opening, just place your hand like this and then trace out a pocket shape that's going to be enough for your 5 fingers. So you see the way I placed my hand, right? Don't place it straight. Don't place it in a very straight form. Just place it slanted. It should go downwards. That's how your hands are going to fit into your pocket. It goes downwards, and this way it's going to relax. So now that we've cut out or marked out the pockets, we'll start cutting out the dress. Now you'll see that I did not add any sewing allowance as I was cutting it, and that's because I already added my 1 inch for sewing allowance when we were marking the measurement. So the only places I added an allowance was around the full length of the dress, where I'll be attaching that plain fabric to the Ankara print, and then also to the shoulder line. So first of all, we'll cut out the back neckline. So just take your time and cut it out just as seen, and then we'll remove one of the piece. That piece we are removing is going to be our back piece, so that we can cut out the front neckline now. So you can see this is the back. We'll keep that aside, and then we'll focus on the front. We can go ahead and cut out our front neckline, which is a V neckline, just as you can see. This is basically everything for the cutting process. Very easy. So we are going to start working on the front neck design. I have this small piece of pattern paper here, and I folded it into two. Now we're going to fold back the dress like this to how it was before we cut it out. So we're just going to fold it up like this, and now we're going to bring in the pattern paper. Remember that the pattern paper has to be on fold, and then we are going to place this pattern underneath this dress just as seen. Now that everything is properly placed, we are going to trace out the neckline. So I just took my time to trace it from the shoulder line so that the pattern paper is equally placed. That's just the main aim. Now we're going to keep the dress aside and work on the pattern paper. So at this point, you have to be really creative. Do what you want. So for the neck width, the shoulder width, I'm using 3 inches. You can use 4 inches. You can decide to make like flower design, any design you want to make at all. So long as you're able to sew it to the dress, it is fine. So from the neckline, I marked 6 inches downwards, but I felt it was going to look too small, so I added the length. And then I'll connect those 2 points just as seen. So this is my base. This is just like what I'm going to work on, the lines I'm going to work on. It does not really stop here. So I'll go ahead and start creating the design. So I will go ahead and make a nice curve like this. 1, 2, 3. This came out fine. This was perfect for me. I was okay with this. But if you want yours to be bolder, because if you look at the picture, it was bigger than what I had here, you can go ahead and make yours bolder. You can make your drawings like wider than this. So this was okay for me, and I went ahead to cut it out. So the excess part will not be needed. We just need this part here, this main part along the neckline. This is what it looks like. This is what my neck design is going to look like. So I'll just place it on the dress so we have an idea of what I'm talking about. You see what it looks like. It looks really cute, honestly, but if you want yours to be wider or bigger like the picture, you know what to do. Draw a bigger design. For my designs, these are the fabrics I'll be using. I have this doll face fabric, I have this pink, and then this shade of green. Apparently these two shades are already on the fabric, so it was just there were a lot of colors on that fabric of mine there. So you're going to place the two of them on each other. I wanted to get crepe, but I couldn't get it because I actually got these fabrics like 2 buildings away from my house, so I didn't have the option of picking another type of fabric, and I also wanted to just make this dress quickly, so I stuck myself up with the doll face fabric. I have quarter of a yard of each of them, and it was enough. So you're going to place your design like this. Don't place it on the edge. So you place it such that the center front, there is like half an inch space be around the center front area. So use your pins to secure those fabric together. Now I'll use my chalk to mark out the sewing allowance all around it. So this very point here, I'm not going to take out the pattern paper. I'll just go ahead and I'll sew it like this. This is a closer view of what it looks like. So I was done sewing and I didn't take off the pattern paper. I just used the pattern paper as a guide and I stopped right there. Okay, that's where the neckline ends. So that's where you're going to stop. Also, I remembered I'm not supposed to add allowance to this neck area. I'm not supposed to add, so I'll just go ahead and trim it off. After taking off the pins, this is what it looks like. It came out exactly how I envisioned it to come out. And then also I wanted to let you guys know that my needle was blunt. It was picking the thread on this fabric, so it was looking a bit somehow. I'm just apologizing ahead of the future. So now it's time for us to place our design on the dress. There are so many ways to go about it. I tried a particular way, but I got stuck, and then I just continued with the easiest way. But I'll be showing you guys the both ways that I used. First of all, everything here is already ironed. The piece for the neck area and then the dress, everything is already ironed. So what I did was I placed back the pattern paper on this neck design that we've already cut on the fabric, right? And I'm going to try to secure it along the midpoint area. So the main aim here is to iron down the sewing allowance so that it is visible, so that it is easy for me to work on. If I want to top stitch or if I want to turn, whatever I want to do, it will be easy for me to work on it like this. So just go ahead and do this process. So if you're a professional at this particular process here is totally optional, but I advise you do it even if you are still a professional. So I brought back the pattern and I placed it on the neckline of the dress. This time around it's not on the design we're attaching to it, but it's on the actual neckline of the dress. And I'm going to use this industrial chalk because obviously the white chalk that I've been using is bold, is very big. It's not going to give me accurate lines. So I'm going to use this industrial chalk here to trace out the neckline of this design, the actual neckline without the sewing allowance. This is going to make my sewing process very easy. Now we have the exact line there, and now I brought back my piece. So you can see because of the fact that I ironed it that way, the design came out on its own. So we are going to sew this either like this or with top stitch. So honestly, I was going to attach the whole stuff like this because I did not want to have any sewing lines. I did not want any sewing lines to be visible on this design, but I don't know what I was thinking. It couldn't work with this type of design that is not straightforward. If it was a round the neck design, it would have been very easy to work with, or let's say a squared neck design. But this type of design that is, in like a zigzag form, it was very hard. So what I did was I placed the sewing allowance, which we ironed earlier, on the chalked line like this, and then I proceeded to sew. This took me some time, but it actually came out very neat as I had imagined it to be. It came out very neat by the time I ironed it, but it was impossible for me to work on the other side. Right at this point here, I was trying to flip this to continue sewing the way I was sewing, to like sew the other side, but it was not working. It was very difficult, and that's why I said earlier, because of the shape, the design, it's not straight. It's not like a one straight curve. Everything is just like in form of zigzag. It was very difficult for me to work like this. So I went on with the second method, and I would advise you just use the second method from the start. Don't even stress yourself to do whatever I did right there. Although it worked for me, it came out really neat, but just go ahead and do this top stitching method. And also the top stitching method, make sure that you're folding this your already ironed allowance on that chalked line. It's not like you're doing anything outside of the chalk line. The chalk line is still the guide, but this is the easiest way. We're getting pretty close to the end of this tutorial. Make sure you're a subscriber if you have not subscribed at this point. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment if you're learning something new. Don't forget to share because that will help you to recommend this channel to other people. So after I was done, I went ahead to trim off the excess. I don't know how come that became an excess. Everything was supposed to be accurate, but you know, these things happen sometimes. So I have to make sure that the neckline is accurate, like it's equal with the Ankara piece. Everything is equal. And after ironing, I'll place the back piece of the dress on the front piece and I'll sew along the shoulder line, just the shoulder line. And after that, this is what it looks like. So now we're going to cut out the lining of the dress. So we're going to fold it back like this. We're going to maintain that center fold for the center front and then the center back. Just fold everything down just as you can see in this video. This is exactly how we are going to cut our lining. And we're going to make sure we're cutting the lining with the exact measurement of whatever we have here. Mind you, we've not added any of our plain fabric. All we need to do is to just cut out a lining that has this exact measurement here. Now we're going to keep the lining piece aside and we're going to start attaching this band that I mentioned earlier. So this band is 2 inches long. I don't know if I should use long or wide, but the width is 2 inches and I'm going to be attaching it to the sleeve area and then to the base of the dress. So at this point, I wasn't checking the picture inspiration anymore. I really wanted it to look a lot like the picture inspiration. So I mixed up my arrangement of the fabric. So you will see that I added the green fabric to the sleeve and then the pink to the base of the dress. But in the inspiration, they actually added the pink to the sleeve and then the green to the base of the dress. And also, if I didn't mention earlier, I think the best fabric to use would be crepe. But anyways, I already explained why I used this doll face and it still came out fine. So I'm done attaching everything to this. This whole dress is looking so beautiful. I also ironed at this point and now it's time for us to start, finishing up the dress. So first thing I'm going to do is to bring back my lining piece to turn the neckline and other parts. So I already pinned the neck area and I'm going to sew up as seen. After sewing the neckline, we are going to notch all around it and then flip it inside just as seen, and then you can also give the neckline a really good press. That's before we continue to turn the other parts like the sleeve and the base of the dress. So this method I'm showing you right now is the method I'm going to use to turn the sleeve area and the other parts that I mentioned. So I'm going to roll up from one end to this point. Make sure to place your band on the dress like this, right? Then pull out the lining and place it on it. So you can use your pins to secure it and then go ahead and sew it up. So now that it's placed like this, I'll start using my hand to pull it out from this side so I can have it looking like this. So this I'm going to turn the remaining side. So I'll just go ahead and do the rest off camera and be back. So now that the whole dress is prepped, it's time for us to start shaping the dress. So we are going to now place the front piece on the back piece. Just place everything right face facing each other. Everything is looking so neat. And now it's time for us to start sewing up the side seams. We are going to sew the 1 inch that was added for sewing allowance earlier. So I'm just going to use my pins to hold this pocket together so it's all in place, and then you sew up just as indicated in this video here. After sewing, guys, this is what it looks like. It's looking very neat, and mind you, I am yet to even weave. So before I proceed with anything, I'm going to first of all notch this pocket area because I need it to relax properly on the good face. So by the time you notch it, it's going to relax a lot better than just leaving it the way it is. So after notching, I'll do same thing to the other side and then weave the dress. This is basically everything, guys. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope you learned something. If you did, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed to this point yet, and also don't forget to share because that will help you to recommend this channel to other people as well. And that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.